Good evening and welcome to Robbinsdale Armstrong. Tonight, the Falcons take on Maple Grove and Northwest Suburban Boys Lacrosse. I'm Steve Thompson along with Dan Ficken. Tonight it should be a good one and the weather's beautiful.
Oh man, I'll tell you what too. We got two of the top teams in the Northwest Suburban Conference. A conference title could be clinched tonight, or we could get into a tighter race now depending on how this game comes out. It should be an outstanding game tonight.
Yeah, and really a battle of two teams. One likes to score a lot of goals, and another one doesn't give up a lot of goals.
It's like the wall meeting the irresistible wave coming at each other. Although both teams do play good defense, Maple Grove is not too much bad or worse as far as defense is being played, but they can really put the ball in the net. So Armstrong will be challenged, although their defense has been up to it throughout the entire season.
Armstrong's playing well in spite of dropping 2 in a row. They battled Eden Prairie, a perennial power, very, very well. And, of course, Maple Grove has that big win over arch rival Anoka, a very good team in their own right.
They have done a good job. Maple Grove, they win this game. They've pretty much assured a clinch in the crown. But now, Armstrong wins. You know, they're only a game behind, so that gets them even with that. And then they have Anoka again later on next week. If they can win that one, that makes it for a two-way tie at the top, the conference. So this is a big game for Armstrong, and we'll see. They look like they're ready to play tonight.
And the leading scorer in the conference for Maple Grove, Jack Dugan, he's going to be fun to watch.
Oh, boy, this kid's got moves upon moves upon moves. He's tough, he's tight, he can dodge, he can dish, he can grab it and run with it. And he generally is the generator. He gets things going for the Crimson, and he will be fun to watch.
Should be a good one. Maple Grove and Robbinsdale Armstrong tonight from Armstrong High School. We'll be back with the Open in a moment.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Great night for lacrosse. Steve Thompson, Dan Ficken rejoining you from Robbinsdale Armstrong High School. The starting lineup's being announced right now. Dan, we got a good one.
We really do. We got the number 10 rated Maple Grove Crimson tonight playing the up-and-coming challengers from Robbinsdale Armstrong. A lot of similar things between the two teams, Steve. Both are very much senior-laden. They are maturing and having very, very good years here. And it should be a very good game tonight as both teams are tough on defense.
Yeah, and you look at the goaltender, the starter for Maple Grove, Frank Gates, 9-0-0. It doesn't get any better than that.
No, and he's look at that save percentage, .627. If you're above 60% lacrosse, you're a pretty good goaltender, and he's really solidified that 4.60 goals against. So he'll be a key factor, and he has been so far this season.
And I don't think good goaltending gets enough credit in this game.
That is tough. I mean, that ball is small, and the net is very big, and you got to be very, very athletic and skilled to be a very good goaltender, and he is really showing up. Again, a senior too, you know, so he's been through the battles.
All right, and Robbinsdale Armstrong, they have a good goalie in their own right, Henry Foreman. He's gone all the way this year, 5-2, and they've been very stingy. They haven't given up a ton of goals, and you got to give Foreman a lot of credit for that.
Oh yeah. Giving up less than 4 goals a game, which is remarkable. And a lot of that, you know, is Foreman too, but his defense has played very, very well. They're all seniors in the long sticks. They got a real streak of nasty in them, and they can really move the ball out once they get control of it and clear out of their zone real quick. So it's helping Mr. Foreman, too, as far as his goaltending.
Now, the weather is going to be a factor for sure for anybody, goaltenders or anybody playing right now, whether you're on the attack or playing defense in this game tonight because of the sun angle. We saw it in the girls' game a couple of weeks ago here at Armstrong. It's going to be a big challenge early in this one.
Looking back across the field toward the press box at us, it's going to be in their eyes, so they're going to have to be careful and look at angles of how they're passing the ball on that. So
Maple Grove, number 10, they've jumped into the rankings by way of their victory over ranked Anoka, the two teams right now atop the Northwest Suburban Conference. Of course, Blaine lurks, Robbinsdale Armstrong lurks, but Gig Wilson, he's been around 8 years now, Dan.
Really solidified that program and made them a perennial power in the conference and in the section also. He's looking for an opportunity to go to state again, and this might be the year where they surprise some people. He's senior-laden, they're all experienced, they can put the ball in the net, and they play a little nasty defense too, but the difference is they win the ground ball wars and they win faceoffs.
And, of course, for the Falcons, Luke Gellerman. We had a chance to visit with Luke before the game tonight. Dan, he's an enthusiastic guy, and you'd think he'd be a little down after his team dropped 2 in a row. But he said, we are playing well. He was thrilled with the way they played against Eden Prairie.
Yeah, they really did. They only allowed 7 goals to Eden Prairie. Eden Prairie averages 12 to 13 goals a game. They cut it in half. If they just would have got a couple more in, that would have been a game. And, they did lose to Osseo Park Center, which they probably shouldn't have, but sometimes you need a loss in the season to kind of get your head on straight. Boy, you and I, when we saw them come on the field, Steve, they looked fired up. They know how important this game is for them.
Yeah, it is a big one. Just 2 weeks to go in the regular season. Then it's on to sections for these two teams. Of course, the remaining schedule for Robbinsdale Armstrong right now, of course, tonight at home against Maple Grove. Then they go to Totino Grace. They play on Saturday at Anoka. That's going to be very challenging to take on the Tornadoes. And then they got 3 in a row, Spring Lake Park, Coon Rapids, and Andover. So the Falcons have a lot of games remaining.
Well, this is important for them for their section seeding, too. They're going to have to go through Benilde St. Margaret. If they can get a number 2 seed, that might just guarantee a section final for them against Benilde St. Margaret's.
And just 4 to go, including tonight for Maple Grove. And Maple Grove right now in the old Catbird seat atop the conference. They're 8-0 in league play, 9-0 overall. Anoka, of course, went to the state tournament a year ago. They are 6-1, 7-1 overall. And then the Blaine Bengals having a great year, 6-2 overall and in the conference. And then Robbinsdale Armstrong, 5-1 in league play and 5-2 overall. But as we pointed out, including tonight, 6 games to play. So between now and the end of the regular season, they've got a lot of work to do. But a big one tonight, and we are ready to go. First face-off of the game is so crucial, and that Maple Grove has got to be thinking about getting on the board early against a very stingy Robbinsdale Armstrong team tonight. The weather is ideal after thunderstorms moved through the area earlier in the day, and there's still a battle right in the center of the field, and trying to come out of there with it is Maple Grove. They can't gain control, and they're going to blow the play dead, and ultimately the Crimson are going to hang on.
There's a good battle, though. The Crimson have been winning faceoffs at a 63% ratio here, Steve. So that was a heck of a battle by the Falcons. They realized they got to really at least come out even with the Crimson in the faceoffs tonight.
Here's House, goes behind the net. This is Davison, Brennan Davison. And then House, way over on the far side of the field. And now it's KP Johnson. He goes behind the net, trying to find room in front of his House, and then he gets it over to the right side, and this is Davison. The ball is down right in front of the goaltender in a dangerous area. Armstrong trying to come out of there, and ultimately they do. Good job by the Falcons. Defensively, Leo Schreiner picks it up and then loses a handle, and it goes out of bounds, and now we have a flag on the play, and we've got a foul. And we're going to get the Crimson a man down here.
Yep, cross-checking by Hunter House here. You'll see that kind of doesn't look like cross-checking to me, but whatever. knock the Armstrong defense down there and gets possession. He'll be sitting out for 30 seconds. So Armstrong will have a power play for 30 seconds, a man up, as we say, not a power play. I'm getting too much hockey involved here.
Yeah, well. So a man up, and here comes Armstrong. And this is Justin Blando. Blando outside of the box, comes to the middle of the field. This is Matt Campion.
Okay, we'll look for number 6 and we'll look for number 9 and number 16 here, Steve. They're 2 leading scorers for the Falcons. They're out there right now, and they can put the ball in the net. There's one right now, Elliot Olson.
Griner coming out on top. Here's a long shot, skips by the goaltender Frank Gates, and Armstrong is on the board. 10:28 to go, quarter number 1, and Armstrong draws first blood.
Well, there's Matthew Zare right there, number 16. Just got a nice feed. A little bit far out, but I'll tell you what, Steve, he rifled that bad boy. Got the feed from Olson right here, winds up, gets his arms out, and just rips a bouncing shot into the net. And the Falcons get a 1-0 lead on the man-up situation.
And they have struggled at times to score goals. That's been one of their challenges this season. They've been in a lot of low-scoring affairs. As a matter of fact, they've only hit double digits once, and that was out of the gate in a 10-8 win over Centennial. So goals have been hard to come by, and a great start here for Armstrong. And on the charge, Famfakti. That's Tommy Famfakti, charges in, and he'll come off the field. And now Armstrong gets set up. Eric Evans. Evans on the charge. Gets into the middle. Flips it out on the wing left. And a charge turned away there. Shapiro made a move toward the net. Good D there by Carlson for Maple Grove. They try to get it into the middle, and it's knocked away by Tanner Skansen. And Skanson's going to carry the other way for the Crimson. They'll get it into the area of the box right side and then go behind the net and ultimately set it up there and hand it off to Hunter House. Hunter in his house behind the net. And here's the always dangerous Jack Dugan. 31 goals this year to lead the Northwest Suburban. They're all over him. He shakes free. Can't get inside. Had it knocked away. Boy, they had a double team on Dugan there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that all night, Dan.
Oh, you'll see double and triple teams on him. They're very aware of him. And, we talk a little bit to the Armstrong coach about that Osseo Park Center game. He said it was selfish. If Dugan keeps doing that, I mean, when that double team comes, he's got to get rid of the ball and use his teammates.
Layasing over to the middle, and KP Johnson, and Johnson gets it in a good spot and gives it up to Dugan, and Dugan fires it home, and we've got a flag on the field, and it looks like Maple Grove off the goal is going to go a man up.
Perfect, absolutely perfect play by Dugan here, and a great pass inside to him. Again, that's just using each other. We talk a lot in sports about what you do without the ball, without the puck. Look at this, comes around, and they just cannot keep up with him as he finds the hole and just lets it go real fast in a real tight situation. Beautiful play. Tie it up here, and Crimson, like you said, are in a man-up situation now, and there is no face-off. They're going to get the ball automatically.
Blando is the man taking an knee on the sideline, and now the Crimson are going to get it. We're tied at 1, 9:09 to go in the first, but a beautiful goal and great job by our crew catching it. Johnson to Dugan, his 32nd of the year, and he extends his conference lead. He's just been phenomenal all year for the Crimson wearing black. And now we go behind the net in the house off to the right side, and they're go to Johnson. Now here's Dugan. Step into the middle. Boy, 2-3 players. He gets banged down. He's going to take some shots tonight. Good job by Armstrong. They come back the other way. Christensen on the move. He's going to give it up on the wing left. And now they're going to come to the middle and set it up.
Nice clear by the Falcons there. The D just picked it up and ran with it and got it out of trouble. And they're taking control. Now they can run out this man-up situation and keep the ball inside the attack zone.
Here's Ryan Hart, and he loses a handle, and here comes Maple Grove the other way. Jake Knutson. Knutson gives it up to KP Johnson. He notched his 7th assist earlier, feeding Dugan to tie it up. Johnson has it on the move, gives it up, and a goal. Boy, quick shot there. Carter Lysing is 11th of the year, and Maple Grove scored 2 in a row.
Boy, I wonder if Foreman was a screen on that a little bit. I think somebody came across him as that shot went down. It wasn't a hard shot at all. It was just a little bouncer skidder from the outside. And KB Johnson, yeah, nice little goal there. Got a good opening and got it in.
So nice play there by Maple Grove, and there it is. It's Johnson giving it up, and pulling the trigger is Carter Lysing. And that comes at 8:08 to play in quarter number 1. So 2 goals a minute and a second apart.
Looked like Foreman was screened by one of his own D. Carter Lysing gives Crimson the lead.
Tanner Skansen grabs it off the center face-off, gives it up in the wing to House. House way outside. Now he makes his move. Right side of the box, goes to the goal line, extended down low. Maple Grove's really been on a roll. They gave up that first goal, but they have dominated since then.
Well, Skansen there won his 90th faceoff on the season so far. Steve, he's really good at it, and he's reasserted himself after a little bit of a blip there in the beginning of the game.
KP Johnson, a couple of assists, gets it way outside. And taking a shove there is Jonathan Wells. Wells gets it down low. It skips by Brennan Davison and goes out of play. Brennan Davison, senior attacker for Maple Grove. And now Armstrong has it. They get it to the goaltender Foreman, and Foreman is going to trot out of his goal area up the middle of the field and then give it up on the far side. Now Armstrong trying to get organized, and I think right now they want to settle down a little bit and get this thing in the offensive zone and set it up. They charge in, shot over the net, goes over the top of everyone in Gates.
I love that. What a great play by the D. I'm going slow, I'm going fast, I'm going slow. Great clear, did a nice job. He got a shot off. I love it.
He's going to take a shot. Elliot Olson now out to the middle, and Zehrer. Matt Zehrer, 2 goals against Eden Prairie. Coach Luke Gellerman brought it up. What a game he had. 2 goals against the Eagles. Behind the net now, it's Greiner. Greiner gets it out in front. Here's an opportunity and a goal. Ripping the shot there is Zehrer, and it's tied.
Do you think pretty soon there's going to be a double team coming on Mr. Zehrer? What do you think, Steve? What a great setup and shot. You don't normally want guys shooting that far, but boy, I'll tell you what, Anthony Zehrer can hit the net. His 2nd goal tonight, tying up the game. Nice feed. Boy, when he just gets opened up there, he can really rip it.
Yeah, he unloaded from the outside. Greiner with the assist. So we're tied at 2, just about halfway through quarter number 1. And once again, the shadows from the press box going out on the field a little bit. They're getting a little longer. Visibility is going to be better for these players as we move through the quarter. By the time we get to quarter number 2, it should be a lot better. Bonfacti fires one in at net, and it goes out of play, goes way out of play. And Maple Grove's going to hang on to it. And the Crimson are going to clear way ahead. And on the move is Knudsen. Knudsen carries it to the right side of the box, gives it up there to Hunter House. House, 15 goals on the year. He's dangerous. Outside now to KP Johnson. 2 assists in the game tonight. First goal of the night for Jack Dugan. And you got to keep an eye on Dugan inside. On the move inside, Carter Lysing. He has a goal in this game. Now behind the net, here's Dugan trying to get out in front. Couldn't hang on to it. And now it goes out of play. And Maple Grove's going to hang on. And let's see what Dugan does. He is so fun to watch. He's not a big guy, but boy, is he quick. Dugan, goal line extended, gives it up to House. House right in front. Johnson couldn't get a good shot off, and Foreman picked it up. And now on that play, Maple Grove is going to hang on, Dan.
Yep.
House way out on the right, comes to the top. And now it's Wells. Wells on the move, gets bumped, going to go down low. Dugan goes across. Nice feed into the middle by Maple Grove. Big collision there. House couldn't get a shot off, and it's picked up by Foreman, the goaltender. Good job by the Falcons inside.
I tell you, Maple Grove is just, they're coming at you from all angles, find different spots, but I'll tell you what, the Falcons are showing why they have a 4 goals a game against. They're playing very good defense.
Elliot Olson got bumped, got it back, now gets it into the middle. Poloni gets it down to the near side. They go across the field. Here's Shapiro. Boy, they're moving the ball well. Armstrong moving it around beautifully. That's Enderle. Enderle gives it up. That's Shapiro again. Shapiro, right side, gets it down low. A little too far. Tried to hit Greiner, and it skipped away.
You know, the Robbinsdale Armstrong is going to have to cut down on those turnovers. That was just a giveaway, and he was just a little too anxious on his throw, and he pulled it, and it went off to the right of the intended Falcon.
Here comes Maple Grove. We're tied at 2. Coming up on 4 to go in the quarter, and the ball goes out of play on the end line. And Maple Grove's going to hang on to it. House is going to grab a ball and come back in. And he's going to make a move right out in front, and he scores. Hunter House, he knew what he wanted to do.
Take it to the house, my gosh, he did. He came in behind there and just got a real nice move, just a real, quick attack slash on the dodge, got out front and just ripped it as he came through. You just see him right there, bang, I'm gone. One quick move to the right and then came back to the left and got out in front and buried it.
And really, the goalie was in a good spot. I don't know what Armstrong could have done. Maybe put a double team on that side, but 3-2 Maple Grove.
That's the cost of a turnover on the other end. You give Maple Grove another opportunity, and they take advantage of it and get the lead back again.
See if Armstrong can control here and not the game. And it looks like the Falcons are going to hang on here as they try and sort it out. And they do.
Yeah, pushing behind there on the Crimson, giving possession over to the Falcons.
Tyler Johnston with it now for the Falcons, comes to the middle. There's Justin Blando off on the right, Eric Evans, and he goes further down. There's Riley Enderle. Enderle trying to find room. Good defense there by Maple Grove. Very physical behind the net. He loses a handle. Ball is down in a scramble. And can Armstrong get it back? This would be another costly turnover. It's still loose. What a battle ensuing for this one. And finally, it looks like Maple Grove might come out of there, and then ultimately Armstrong prevails. Greiner, then he loses it. They go back and forth, and now they finally get it ahead, and here's Dugan. Dugan has a goal in the game, and now we have a flag behind the play. And let's see who's going to go a man up here. We had some extracurricular activity behind the play, Dan.
I think that was a cross-check, right? Yeah, that was a little bit uncalled for.
Elliot Olson takes a knee, so Maple Grove will go a man up. 3:23 to go, and they lead 3-2.
When you look at it, Maple Grove ground balls, they have average picking up 26 ground balls per game, 233 on the season. And that, you could just see the war. But Armstrong's really battling with them, too. I mean, that was a heck of a battle for a ground ball down there, Steve.
Yeah, there were 6-7 players, 3-4 from a side in there fighting for that one. And now here's Johnson. As Maple Grove tries to get a 2-goal lead here late in quarter number 1. They get it outside. KP Johnson tried to get it down low to Dugan, and a turnover there on the Crimson.
Both teams playing tight defense here and forcing some turnovers. Trying to get the ball where it can't be taken by a D, but it's too far away. But
Dugan steals it away, gets out in front, and scores. He would not be denied. Boy, he just battled and battled. He took it away from Tyler Johnston and gets the unassisted goal.
That's why they called it a ride, because that's exactly what he did with the ball in the D. He gave it a ride. Got in real nice on the clear, on the long stick coming through, or the short stick coming through, and just grabbed it real quick. And his quickness, everybody had been going upfield, and he's standing there all alone in front of Henry Foreman, the goalie for Armstrong, just dead to rights. Puts it away to give the Crimson a 2-goal lead here.
Dugan with 2 goals tonight, numbers 32 and number 33 on the season. Maple Grove gets an advantage. They're up 4-2. 2:47 now and counting to go in quarter number 1. And we got a Armstrong ball here. We had a whistle out of the face-off. Elliot Olson waiting for a little help to come off the bench. Matthew Zare. Zare has a goal for Armstrong. He goes down behind the net. This is Greiner. They go across from behind, trying to get into the middle there. Now Poloni now outside, almost turning it over there was Zare. Zare's a big kid, rips a shot, goes right at the net. Boy, he had a good angle there, but just missed it wide right, and Gates was all over it. Armstrong, love to get a goal here, but more importantly, settle it down. Hami with it. Hami gets it into the middle. That is a ball down and a turnover. And now trying to come out of there is Maple Grove, and now we have a whistle behind the play, and Armstrong's going to hang on, so they get a bit of a break.
I think there was an illegal push behind the play there, and just get the possession changed. Boy, I tell you, Maple Grove's playing some tough defense here, too.
Yeah, they've been very physical, especially down low behind the net.
Yes.
They haven't allowed any room for Armstrong to get set up behind the net. Here's Greiner trying to come out of there. He's being checked by Knutson. They go outside. Ball is down. Retrieved there handily by Olson. And now we got a flag. Olson on the move. And I think Maple Grove is going to go a man down. Armstrong a man up here.
Offside.
2-2. Offsides. 30 seconds.
So Dugan is going to take a knee. And that's a huge break for Armstrong. They better take advantage of this.
Yeah, that Dugan got a little excited there, and he just stepped on the line, center line there, and went offside. So for 30 seconds. Let's see what they do with number 16 over there, Steve. See if they have somebody on him all the time, or as he gets another little bit of an opening because they're a man up.
Zare trying to find. Now they come to the near side, and Olson. Now it's back outside to Olson. And that one kind of skips into the middle. They tried to hit Zare on a cut, and he never saw it. And that could have been maybe something that got lost in the sun.
Yeah, I think it did get lost in the sun.
He just didn't see it because he was in a good spot. He would have been able to catch and fire. And now Maple Grove has it up 4-2. Dugan's still on a knee. Let's see what the Crimson do. They've still got plenty of firepower. KP Johnson gets it down low. And it's Brennan Davison. He's out there with Hunter House. Davison getting bumped and hounded behind the net. Good defensive play there by Cole Christensen. Christensen really battling back there. Now it's Davison continuing to hang on. We're coming up on 30 to go in the quarter. Davison trying to fight his way to the front of the net. And now we got Dugan back out. Or did Dugan join the play? I don't see him. Here's House.
No, he's standing on the sideline right now.
Yeah, so Dugan's going to sit for the end of the quarter. Here's House. They get it out to the right side. Oh, kind of fanning on a shot there for Maple Grove was Mark Redmond, and that's going to do it. 1 quarter in the books. Maple Grove leads Robbinsdale Armstrong, Northwest Suburban Boys Lacrosse. Steve Thompson, Dan Ficken here on CCX. We'll be back with quarter number 2 in a moment.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Coming up, quarter number 2, Maple Grove leading Armstrong 4-2. Armstrong got the first goal of the game, and it was Zare getting the goal, and then Maple Grove gets one from Dugan and gets a goal from Lysing. Then Armstrong got another one from Zare, and then, of course, Maple Grove comes back with 2 of their own. So a seesaw affair, but right now Maple Grove up 4-2. They've had the better of it.
Yes.
What does Armstrong need to do to kind of change the pace?
Well, first of all, they got to get away from Zare up top. They're feeding him all the time, which is fine, but Maple Grove's wise to that. You talked about him being tough defensively, Maple Grove from behind. Work it from behind, set some picks, and do some misdirection because Maple Grove is so over-aggressive down there, they can catch him going the wrong way and do a misdirection back there and run it up front and get a good shot.
Opening face-off, quarter number 2, still a battle for it. Ground balls have been hard fought so far in this game tonight. As you'd expect, with so much on the line, Maple Grove can certainly solidify their spot atop the conference. Coming out of there for Armstrong, D'Angelo Davenport. Good play by Davenport. And now Armstrong's going to set up and try and start quarter number 2 in a big way. Poloni with it. Poloni changes course, gets a little bit further down. Blando. And now even further outside to Evans. And now they'll go across the field to Lucas.
Look at how Maple Grove does not retreat. They really get them spread out. They go right out there with them and keep the pressure on all the time. You don't get any free run at all against them.
Yeah, it's like in hoops, very aggressive man-to-man defense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You never let anyone get comfortable with the ball.
Yep.
Lucas pops out of there and easily retrieved by Evans. And Evans out near the center of the field, and they fall back a little bit. Carter Lysing giving them a little room, and now they get inside, and then they turn it over, and that's really been one of the big stories tonight, Dan, are turnovers.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. That's why Maple Grove stays out there and just pounds on you. Make sure you don't have a free moment to breathe, and they're just making the Falcons' passes. They're just off. They're missing their guys by a long shot.
Frank Gates had a little trouble with that one, the goaltender, and that one was probably right into the sun, and it fooled him. So Gates goes over midfield and tries to get it ahead to House, and that was an unusual turnover there. The goaltender way out of the net tried to get it ahead to House, and he couldn't handle it.
Well, you know goalies. You know goalies. You never know what you're going to get.
Here comes Armstrong. Big charge up the far sideline there. Getting a bump. Continuing to carry forward for Armstrong.
Come on. 22 was offside.
Gonrowski. Nick Gonrowski. And now Elliot Olson. And they try and set it up. Here's Greiner far side. And now they shuttle players in, which is typical offensive zone or defensive zone.
Oh, yeah.
Coming onto the field is Matt Campion. Campion gets a touch there, and he goes further down to Greiner. And Greiner's got good speed. He's going to try and get in front, skip it by the goaltender. But good position for Gates, and it goes all the way to the far side of the field, not a bounce. But a nice play by Greiner. He saw a seam and trying to skip one by.
Sometimes there's an opening, and the goalie doesn't expect you to take the shot until you get all the way out front, and you sometimes can catch him by surprise.
Brennan Poloni tried to get it into the middle, and it's stolen away by the Crimson. Good job there by Knudsen. And now Maple Grove up 4-2. They have it.
Maple Grove is playing some big, mean, nasty defense here. My gosh. They have caused turnover after turnover.
Here's Jack Dugan. Dugan, couple of goals in the game. Leading scorer in league play. And he gets it way outside. And it's Carter Leising. Leising goes down, took a shot. Still a battle. Ball is still down. It's really the second time in the game we've seen a really good battle over a ground ball, Dan.
Yeah, we got a holding now, which changes possession. Now, it isn't a penalty, but it's just a change of possession situation. You got numbers, you got to press it.
All right, here's Matt Zare. Always dangerous. 2 goals for the Falcons. The only 2 goals in the game. That one bounces away out to the center. And Tyler Johnston. And now we've got another ground ball situation, and Johnston's going to come out of there with it. He's going to carry it over midfield and see if they can get it set up and maybe find Zare. But they've got really 2 guys around Zare right now at all times, and you can't blame them. They try to get it across to Zare, and it's picked up by Maple Grove. Good defensive play there by Wells. He happened to be in the right spot.
Yeah, but Riley Enderle, he just should have kept coming. He had a good opening to get to the front of the net there. He just should have, maybe he's afraid to shoot his left-handed, but he should have gone in and taken that shot, not worried about getting it out to Zare.
Here's Dugan. He's got it. Never know what he's going to do. Dugan playing keep away with the right hand. Back to the left. And now he's going to go to the area behind the net. And Brennan Davison in front. Nice pass, but good defense there. They were trying to hit KP Johnson in front, but Armstrong was all over that play. Maple Grove's going to hang on. Boy, you brought it up in that girls game we did a couple of weeks ago here on CCX. Dugan switches hands effortlessly.
Yeah.
Here's Johnson with a shot, and that goes over the top of the net out of play. And here's Dugan. He's going to pick it up and bring it into play.
You know, he can play anywhere. He can play from behind in the X position like he's in now. He can play up top. He can play from a wing.
Dugan throws it in front, skips away, picked up by the Armstrong defender. A good play there in traffic is Eric Evans. And then Evans had it knocked away, and Armstrong lost the handle. But they finally get it back. And now we got a stoppage. I think we've got a timeout. 4-2, and we haven't seen any goals so far in this quarter, and I think that plays right into Armstrong's hands, but they haven't had a lot of great scoring opportunities. They haven't been able to easily get that ball in front and get a good shot on the Maple Grove goaltender.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think maybe they're just getting, stuck on Zare and Elliot Olson. They're the other leading scorer, and somebody's got to step up here. Greiner's got to step up. We watched a situation where, Riley Enderle had an opportunity. Again, he wasn't comfortable with his left hand, so he couldn't bring it out front. He had to pass it off. Okay, get these guys in position. Bring Enderle back over to the left side where he can come in and use his right-handed shot at the right time. They're just staying on the perimeter all the time. We notice Maple Grove. They're penetrating the middle, or they'll go to a side and they'll get it over the top to the other side in front, backdoor situation. So they're coming at you from all angles. That's how you score 12 goals a game. So Armstrong's got to start doing some of that.
4-2 coming up on midway through quarter number 2 here on a lovely night. And earlier in the day, we had those thunderstorms roll through the Twin Cities area. And based on the weather, I thought, we may not play tonight, but it is a gorgeous evening. I mean, you got to be thrilled for the kids to be able to play in weather like this. It is spectacular.
I'm thrilled for us, actually.
Yeah.
The heck with the kids. This is great. Sitting here in short sleeves and just enjoying it. And it lets the kids play up to their abilities, too. Weather's not a factor.
Right here's Blando on the inbound. Armstrong trying to get a push down 2. They haven't scored a goal since 6:33 of quarter number 1, so they've gone almost a full quarter without scoring. They go across the field on a pass, and then getting bumped down rudely there was Nathan Shapiro. And coming over defensively there was Max McNellis. McNellis, a big kid, puts a lumber. And now here's Armstrong with a chance and a goal. Great play there, picking up the loose ball. Elliot Olson puts it home, and it's 4-3.
Another one leading scorers and a different player this time. Nice move. Some really gritty defense there. People get knocked down. Of course, they don't call it ballet, do they? Boy, nice player.
That is a fun physical game. He got knocked off the play, and then the ball just came loose to Elliot Olson. He was in the right spot at the right time, and he fired it home.
And he never hesitated. He got right in front, and he found the top corner there and beat Frank Gates and making it a one-goal game again. You know, taking advantage of the situation. They need to keep doing this now.
Senior midfielder Elliot Olson with the goal, and that's a big one. And let's see what they do off the center face-off. Good play there in the center of the field by Maple Grove. Jonathan Wells got beat, went down, swatted away. Now a pass down to the end line, goes too far. Carter Lysing tried to hit a man at the side of the net, and it got away from that man. And Brennan Davison, and that's a turnover on Maple Grove. And now a pass to midfield gets away. Armstrong trying to pick up the ground ball.
Yeah, push from behind there, so Maple Grove gives up the ball. Back to Armstrong there.
Shapiro's taken a couple of shots and has hung in there. And here's that goal scorer. Elliot Olson in the middle, rips one at the net, but it goes wide left and out of play, but Armstrong's going to hang on. Well, right now, Elliot Olson is feeling it.
Yes, he is. And you know what? I like that. That shows confidence. Go ahead and rip a few, especially if it misses, you still get possession of it.
Here's Shapiro, takes a bump, spins around, now goes back further down behind the net, and Greiner, let's see what Greiner can do. He's being hounded there. And now they go way out to the middle. In the middle of the field, Hami. Out of the center, and it's knocked away. Good defensive play there by Maple Grove. Coming out of there, Carter Morissette. Morissette was in the right spot. And now he's going to carry it into the offensive zone and set it up. And I'm sure as he gives it up, he'll retreat and probably head for the sideline as they bring in fresh troops. And now they go way outside. And this is Carter Lysing. He has one of the goals for the Crimson. And now coming off the bench, KP Johnson, 2 assists for Maple Grove in the game. They lead at 4-3. We've had a good one tonight. Johnson goes behind the net. Here's Davison. Davison back out. I still think the sun is a problem at times, depending on what angle you're at. And now Dugan trying to direct traffic. Dugan would like to get his third goal. He gets it. Let's see what Dugan does. He's going to give himself a little room. A little clear out NBA style. Dugan behind the net. Spins. Can he get to the front? No. He gets hammered down from behind. Defensive play by Schreiner. And now Dugan gets it into the middle anyway. And he finds Brennan Davison, and Davison puts it in.
Boy, that's nice. You know, and we talked to Coach Wilson before the game, and he just talked about even scoring all the way through. And I mean, he's got, Dugan out there, but he's got 8 guys in this team that are in double figures points-wise between goals and assists. And look at this play. Just gets it over to Davison. Davison knows exactly what to do. Didn't even hesitate. Here comes the ball. Rip. And the goalie's just totally helpless there. What a nice play by the Crimson.
First of the game for Davison, 5-3 Maple Grove, 4:18 to go in the half. First assist of the game for Dugan, so he's got 3 points tonight. And to his impressive season total now, 33-14. And here comes Maple Grove, and they turn it over. That's a tough chance. House trying to get it way down deep to Davison. And that was another one right into the sun, I think, Dan. I just don't think he saw it.
Yep. We'll wait until the second half starts here where that shadow should be out there a little farther.
This one skips ahead. We got a ball down. It's picked up there by Maple Grove. Big physical Max McNellis. And he is a big kid. And I guarantee you everybody on the Armstrong Falcons knows where McNellis is. The big senior defender for the Crimson. He's knocked a couple of people down. And we got another timeout here with 3:44 to go in quarter number 2. And we do have a flag. We're going to find out who's going to go a man up.
Looks like it's going to be a slash. White on.
So when we...
Yeah, 1 minute. Maple Grove's going to get themselves a man up here for a minute. They come out of this timeout.
All right, let's head down to the Maple Grove Crimson huddle.
That goal We gotta do better on the clears, cut these guys off on the clears, okay? They don't have anything tricky. Just find your man quickly, cut him off on the clears. Boys.
Mine smells like baby powder. They're babies. Here we go, boys.
All right. So talking about trying to keep Robbinsdale Armstrong and the strategy of keeping him off the scoreboard, it's 5-3. And for Armstrong, it has been a challenge. Maple Grove's done a really good job. And I still think, though, as we've pointed out throughout the telecast so far tonight, Maple Grove's been very aggressive on the ball, and they have been not afraid to put the wood to people.
Well, when you look at it, Steve, they've got a 4.60 goals against average. That's under 5 goals a game. That's pretty doggone good, too. I mean, they're not the number 10 rated team in the state for nothing. And I'm hoping somewhere along the lines we talked about for the game, they're going to get some love, from the pollsters, because I think this is a very, very good lacrosse team that can compete for the state title this year. I mean, nice to see that happen. They do so many things well.
Yeah, and you've had a chance to see these teams. A year ago, I saw Anoka a couple of times. Ollie Nye is outstanding lacrosse player.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of talent. There's some good teams here in the Northwest Suburban.
Well, there's a possibility we could have 2 or 3 teams from the Northwest Suburban Conference in the state tournament this year. I mean, I think Anoka's got a good shot at it, and I think the Crimson does. And, Armstrong, if some things fall in place for them, they might have an opportunity here.
Maple Grove, 5-3. They have it. Here's Johnson out on the left. Shot skips wide right of the net. That's Carter Lausing. Maple Grove's going to hang on. Here's House. House has it. He's going to take it way outside. Get it to the middle. Here's Johnson. Over to Carter Lausing. Ball is down and a scramble for it, and it's picked up by Armstrong, but they're all over it. Carter Lausing's not going to give up easy. By the way, the man down for Armstrong was there, and now we've got another timeout on the field right here.
That was a good call in that timeout there, Steve, because Armstrong was in trouble getting that clear there. I'll tell you, the Crimson were riding him really hard. And we were talking about that. I mean, Maple Grove is aggressive all over the field. I mean, they give no room for you anywhere. And it's been very effective. It's caused a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, and you see the Robbinsdale Armstrong huddle, and everyone's gathered together, but Maple Grove, they have a couple of huddles. I would assume you've got the defenders on one side and the midfielders and the attackers in another huddle, and Maple Grove head coach Gig Wilson goes back and forth between those huddles.
Yep.
A different approach. I haven't seen that before in the game.
Yeah, he's spending more time with the offense now, but when we were listening in before, that was the long pole or the defensive huddle that we went into, and if you watch some major college lacrosse, you'll see the splits there because they do 2 huddles.
5-3 Maple Grove leading Armstrong. 3:02 to go on a lovely evening here on CCX. And the people we didn't bring up, I know we love the weather and we talked about the players. How about the fans and how about our great crew as well? They've got to love this weather tonight. Because earlier in the day, I know some of the cameras have the rain gear on and that sort of thing. They were ready. They were completely prepared for any circumstance, but no problem with the weather tonight. I know showers and thunderstorms could move into the area again overnight, but no problem today.
Oh, no.
So out of the timeout, here comes Armstrong. This would be a big goal late in the half, down 5-3. This game still very much in doubt. Ball is down, another battle for it, and it's picked up by Dugan for the moment. He had it knocked away, and then Johnson comes out of there. He's being hounded. He has it knocked away, and then Armstrong gets attacked by Dugan, and the ball goes down again, and they continue to battle over there. Johnson goes down to the deck. Boy, they're really fighting right now. And here comes Armstrong trying to get any room. Dugan's in there, puts a big hit on. We got a flag on the play, and Armstrong's going to go a man up here. This is Piazza. He gets it further to the outside, and Reinhardt. Big opportunity here for Armstrong. They're going to go a man up. Elliot Olson with it, and that one goes wide of the net. Armstrong's going to hang on, and we'll get the penalty call here.
Well, they don't call it ground ball wars for nothing.
Yeah, it's going to be Dugan again. That's his second of the game.
illegal body check by one of the smaller guys on the field, you know. He ain't afraid to throw it around, is he?
Oh, yeah. And Dugan really gets after it. He is not a big kid at all, but he fights. And, you know, that's the kind of thing. A kid who scores like this certainly has an opportunity to play at the next level. He really battles.
That's what I love about lacrosse. Small guys can play this game at a high level if they want to. You don't have to have size necessarily.
Shemanovsky out there Shapiro. Shapiro has it. Now they come to the middle, and the danger is there. And now they're going to say Armstrong's going to hang on. Once again, Maple Grove has a man down. So Armstrong with the man up opportunity. Shot ripped from the outside. They've had a little success tonight, Dan, with that outside shot. But Elliot Olson couldn't find the mark there.
Well, and that's the thing. Sooner or later, you got to start hitting the net.
They get it to the near side. Here's Shapiro. Shapiro does error. He gets it back.
They're not letting him have any room, are they?
No. They're not letting him get that thing and move to the front. Now he moves down low, waiting for a pass. Still in a good spot in the middle. He gets it further back outside. Here's Shapiro, another long shot. Hit the post and skips way out of there to the near side. And it's picked up by Maple Grove. Zitnak with it. Zitnak on a charge. Gives it up to House. House behind the net. A little too far for Davis, and he'll scoop it up on the run on the far side and get it out. Maple Grove's going to set it up. Under a minute to go. They have a 2-goal lead, 5-3. Here's Dugan.
See, here's where you can tell a veteran team now. They're moving the ball around. They're killing some time. If they don't see an opening, they're not going to go after it, but they're keeping control and possession.
Savanich. Now to the middle in the House. House. Can't really pull the trigger on a shot. They really packed it in the middle. He'll try and skip one in anyway. It'll go well out of play. Maple Grove's going to hang on.
And we can see the shot coming through there. It just hits the post. Oh, my gosh.
The net's got to end somewhere. I've heard that in other sports. And then losing the handle is House. 14 seconds to go. Can Armstrong get a clear? They do. Let's see if they get a shot here. Schreiner on the move. Schreiner spins out of a potential body check. Gets it ahead. Zerr, he can't handle it. And that's it. They just couldn't get it ahead. And a good job by Maple Grove to pressure the ball.
Yeah, they did a very good job on that one.
We are at the half. It's been entertaining so far. Number 10 ranked Maple Grove, your conference leader at 9-0 overall, 8-0 in conference play. Leads this one over Armstrong 5-3. Armstrong still in the thick of things, 5-1 in league play, 5-2 overall. We are going to take a break. We'll come back with quarters 3 and 4. Steve Thompson along with Dan Ficken tonight on CCX.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
We are at the half. Maple Grove and Robbinsdale Armstrong. Crimson lead at 5-3. Steve Thompson along with Dan Ficken tonight. And beautiful night for lacrosse. And we've had a very entertaining game and a low-scoring game so far, Dan.
Yep.
And here are those highlights in this game. We've had a lot of physical play. See an example of it there. But getting on the board first, Robbinsdale Armstrong. Big shot from the outside, Matt Zaire. He pulled the trigger out there, and then beautiful passing play and a goal by Jack Dugan, the conference leading scorer. His goal number 32 of the season. He took a lot of punishment inside. And then here's a beautiful passing play and a goal there for the Crimsons. Carter Lysing, his first of the game. And then another big shot from the outside. And who else but Matt Zaire with his second goal of the game. And then here's House with a great individual effort from behind the net, gets over on the right side and beats the goaltender. Nice play there by Hunter House. And then look at this play here by Jack Dugan. Takes it away and takes it out in front and puts it away. Great individual effort on the unassisted goal, his second of the game right there. And as we pointed out, very physical play tonight, Dan. Armstrong takes advantage of a turnover, and in the right spot at the right time is Elliot Olson. And then here's Dugan again. Dugan getting hounded behind the net, finds a man in front, and he rips it home. And a beautiful goal for Brennan Davison, and it's 5-3 Maple Grove. But you know, coming into this thing, we talked about Jack Dugan at the top, and he's really delivered. He is spectacular.
Yeah, he really has, and he's done a good job. But, you know, the one thing that we're seeing tonight, too, which is interesting, is that both teams see very, very good defense. I mean, you know, Armstrong's holding down a 12-goal-a-game team to 5 goals in the first half, and that's a pretty good statement for them, and they're close. This is where they want to be. They're well within this game. They need a couple breaks, couple turnovers. Stop the turnovers right now and work it and keep control and take advantage of every opportunity with their possessions, and you can be right back in this and even leading right now. So it's been a good game so far. It's been very physical. This is a man's game tonight. This ain't a boy's game for sure.
Yeah, for sure. A lot on the line. Maple Grove would take a huge step toward a conference title with a win tonight. And let's take a look at those standings coming in. Maple Grove 8-0 in league play, 9-0 overall. And then, of course, they've already beaten Anoka, and the Tornadoes are 6-1, 7-1 overall. And of course, there you see the bottom of the standings right now with Spring Lake Park at 3-5, Osseo Park Center 3-6. And you got to give Osseo Park Center some credit. They were able to beat this solid Armstrong team.
Yeah, and they took a bad loss last week against Christina Grace, up 7-1. They lost the game 9-8, and that hurt them. So they came in here pretty fired up.
A lot of quality at the top of the league. We already talked a lot about the Crimson tonight and the season they're having. After tonight, just 3 to go, but you've got Anoka, 6-1, 7-1 overall. They've got Ollie Nye among the leaders in scoring, a great player in his own right. And I wouldn't be surprised at all to see, Maple Grove and Anoka find their way into the state tournament. Maple Grove in Section 8, the Tornadoes in Section 7.
Yeah, and they both have a good opportunity do that. Maple Grove basically has got to go through Wayzata, who's been the perennial, entry into the state there. They can do that, no problem. And Anoka, that's just a good section for them with the standard Centennial, Blaine, and I think who would be the one in there? I forget now, but they got a very good opportunity because they're a very good team. We watched them against Champlin, and they just destroyed Champlin.
Remaining for Maple Grove, Wednesday night, they'll host Champlin Park and then be on the road a week from tonight at Centennial and close it out on the 24th at Coon Rapids. Meanwhile, for Robbinsdale Armstrong, they got a lot of work at Totino Wednesday, at Anoka on Saturday night, and then Monday, home to Spring Lake Park, a week 8 days from now, Tuesday the 23rd at Coon Rapids, and then on the 24th, home to Andover. So they've got a lot of games to play over the final 2 weeks of the regular season. So it's going to be tough. Let's see what Armstrong does as they battle back. Maple Grove the lead, 5-3 as we start quarter number 3. There on this Monday night on CCX. A's crowd on hand, and it doesn't look like the sun's going to be a problem anywhere, at least on the south end of the field. It looks like it still could be a problem on the north end of the field here for a little bit. We got another ground ball. Trying to get after that ground ball along the near sideline, and picking up for the moment is Elliot Olson. He's going to come out of there with it. And now Maple Grove gets it back. Coming back the other way for the Crimson. It's Tanner Skansen. Now they're going to set it up outside with KP Johnson.
Nice play by Skansen there. He got control of it like he should, and then he got it across the line in the box, and then he set it up and brought it back out again like he should. Nice play.
We got a battle down on the end line, but Maple Grove's going to hang on, trying to make a move toward the middle. Brennan Davison, he falls down, and now he got the ball down on the ground, and it's going to go Armstrong way. So a turnover there and a break for Armstrong as they try and keep Maple Grove within arm's length in this one. And here come the Falcons. On the move, Jack Piazza finally gives it up on the side. Here's D'Angelo Davenport. Davenport's going to carry it in. Right edge of the box, goes further down low, losing the handle and trying to get it back there is Enderle. Enderle couldn't get it. Now we have it go out, and Armstrong's going to hang on to it. So a break there for the Falcons. Ooh. That would have been a costly turnover.
They just got, if they can cut down on the turnovers, I think they'll surprise themselves and get a couple breaks and get the ball in the net. All of a sudden, they're going to have an opportunity here.
Here's Elliot Olson. He has a goal in the game. And they get it. They get it at the net. They get it in. How about that? They found their top scorer, Matt Zare, and Zare gets his third goal of the game, and now it's 5-4.
He can't shoot the ball, can he? He just he has nothing on that ball whatsoever. Boy, he just tees it up. My. And it was one of the few times they let him get loose here ever since most of the first half and get his arms out. And he just ripped it and got him back to within a goal.
Yeah, Zare. All three of the goals coming from outside. Not typical prime scoring area, but Zare gets it down low. And the goaltender, Frank Gates, can't deal with it. And now let's see what Maple Grove does, up by a goal. This one certainly up for grabs tonight. We got a big collision on the far side. Going down there is Tanner Skansen, and Armstrong's going to get it back. Let's see what the Falcons are able to do here. And here's there, or excuse me. From Fakti. Now back to the middle. And it's picked up there by Evans. And now we got a flag. This one's going to go against Maple Grove. Maple Grove fans not happy. Evans continues to hang on. They get it down to the end line extended. And now we got a call against Maple Grove. And Armstrong's going to go a man up, down by one with 10:02 to go here in the third quarter. So big opportunity for the Falcons.
The Maple Grove fans are being a little passionate about their feelings about this.
Well, they're ranked number 10. They're unbeaten. There's a lot on the line for the Crimson tonight. They didn't like that call. And it's Jackson Carlson who's going to take a knee. And let's see what the Falcons do as they set up in white down to our right. Let's see if they can take advantage of this situation. There's Blando. Now they get it down to the right, back outside. That's there. Watch out for him. They're trying to get him free. On the outside, it's Elliot Olson. Back to the left. And from the outside, that one skips and goes out of play. But Armstrong's going to hang on to it, and on the inbound play there is Shapiro. 5-4, Maple Grove with the lead. Armstrong gets it to Zare from the outside. His shot was, I think, partially blocked.
Yeah.
Out there defensively on the play with Shemenkovsky.
Yeah, Shemenkovsky's on him. And notice he's a long stick. They're putting a long pole on Zare now. They're not letting him have any free reign. Even if I can't get their body, my stick can get there, get on the hands.
Here's a shot from the outside and a big save by Gates. Gates got a piece of it. The shot was ripped by Shapiro, but Gates got it. Big save, and now Maple Grove an opportunity. And now the ball gets away, and we got a stoppage.
Well, you see the big shot there. Boy, I don't know. That hit his foot? Because it bounced off from a weird angle. That either hit the post or it hit his foot.
I think it may have caught him on the knee.
Yeah, caught him in the inside of the leg on his right leg there and bounced back out at a weird angle.
But he got his body in front of it, and that's a big save for the Crimson. That would have tied the game.
Yeah.
And now here are the Crimson trying to get set up. House behind the net. Hunter House. It's it back, goes further to the outside. Now they work it to the middle, and KP Johnson. They try to get it into the scoring zone in the middle, and Carter Lansing, he rips his shot, goes out of play. Maple Grove hangs on. They get it in front. Lansing again, another quick shot off the feed from House, and that goes out of play. Maple Grove not afraid to try and get it into the middle and get a quick shot. Here's one that bounces in, saved by Foreman. Nice job by Foreman.
Yeah, nice save.
That was a good look. Foreman goes down. He got hammered on the release. Hunter House is going to take a penalty here. Armstrong continues play. Let's see if they can tie this one up as we approach 8 minutes to go in the third. Tyler Johnston off on the far side. Now they stop play. Maple Grove's going to take another one.
Number 7, interference. 30 seconds.
House is going to take a knee.
Yeah, did someone call a timeout? Why did they blow a whistle? Because I'm
not sure.
Yeah, you can see back there where House is going to get an interference, and he kind of put a little hip into him. He wasn't trying real hard to get out of the way.
Yeah, he slammed into the goalie, and the ball was clearly away, and Foreman took a big shot. And Maple Grove's not been afraid to take penalties in this game. It hasn't hurt him too bad. Let's see if Armstrong can take advantage here and tie the game up. We move midway quarter number 3. Just one goal here in the quarter, and it's for Armstrong and Zaire. Trying to get Zaire free in front. There's a shot from the outside. That one skips by the net. Zaire behind, gets it off to the left. Another shot. And this one goes out of play.
There's another nice save there by Frank Gates there. He took it on the body, and then the rebound came back, and they got another shot, and they missed the net on it, but Gates made a good save there.
Gates has had 2 big saves in the quarter. Here's a quick shot there from Evans, and it goes out of play, and Armstrong's going to hang on. And House getting ready to come back on. And now here comes Armstrong, trying to find some room. They get it down low in the corner. Here's Shapiro. Shapiro behind the net. Here's Greiner. Greiner trying to get in front. Shot blocked by Gates. Good save. Went down to get it. Ball comes to the outside. Trying to pick it up there is Greiner. Ball is still down, not a midfield. Maple Grove can't come up with it. Neither team can get a handle. This is another extended ground ball battle we've seen tonight. I think this is about 4 tonight, Dan.
This is not a battle, my friend. It is a war. Oh, nice play.
And coming up, the big guy, McNellis. McNellis on the move. He had an idea taking it right at the net. He thinks better of it and gets it to the leading scorer in Dugan. And now they get it to House on the far side, and he's going to set up behind the net.
Yeah, can you imagine what that 6'5" frame with that long stick going with the velocity he could put on a shot?
Oh,
it'd have to be 13 feet in the air.
House gets it outside. This is Lansing, gives it up on the side. Johnson into the middle and scores.
No, he did not. No, he did not. He hit the side of the net.
He hit the side of the net. I thought that was in, but it wasn't. Then it goes out of bounds on the far side, and a break for Armstrong. So what I thought was a goal, it hit the side of the net, just outside of the post, and hit the net. I thought Foreman, for a moment, thought it went in.
Oh, a lot of people did it. You could hear the roar come up from the crowd as they thought it went in. It fooled everybody.
Now Armstrong down by 1. They have it. And now they get it to Zaire. Zaire, 3 goals in the game. Leading scorer tonight, the only goal in the quarter. And Armstrong playing very stingy defensively. That was the storyline coming in tonight. They've been able to shut down Maple Grove so far.
The defense on display tonight, Steve, with both teams is phenomenal. I mean, they are both very, very good. They're both very, very aggressive. They give you nothing.
Johnston doing battle, being hounded there by Wells. Gets it further down. And Greiner goes way back to the outside. Campion tries to get free. Campion double team, turned away. Now further out in Johnston. Right now they're playing into Armstrong's hand as they get it down to Shapiro. Now behind the net. It's Greiner again. Greiner tries to spin out of there. He gets hammered. Now goes further outside and out of the top. Johnston on the move. Shot skips in. Saved by Gates.
Beautiful save.
He saw it all the way.
Oh.
It took a high hop, Dan.
It's just hard getting a good shot off. But Burns right there, just really a nice job, just stuck with it all the way. You know, this half, we're seeing the goalies play the way these goalies can play. They're both being tested and doing a great job.
Here's Dugan. Dugan's going to carry it in. Now further out. Mark Redmond now goes across. Carter Lightsing down low to House. House tries to spin out of there. Someone all over Dugan, so he couldn't get rid of it. Now back out to Lightsing. Now they go across. And a shot right over the top of the net. Boy, uncorked by Savanich. He has 11 goals coming in. That was a great shot, but just up high. Maple Grove's going to hang on. House gets it back into play. And Carter Lightsing right behind the net. Jag Dugan. Couple of goals in the game. Has an assist. Lightsing gets to the front and gets a goal. Boy, he just would not be denied. He took a big shot. Might be a little banged up there, but he gets a big goal for Maple Grove.
Yeah, he was pushed down into the crease area, and usually if you're in the crease, that's a disallowed goal. But if you're pushed in there, which he was, then it's a good goal. Nice move here. Now watch what he gets a good look, and he just goes low. Sees the 5-hole, see how he puts it down inside there? And then, of course, he gets hit downside by Christensen, I think.
He took a big shot there.
Yeah, that kind of stung a little bit.
Yeah, Cole Christensen really made him pay for going inside like that. First goal of the quarter for Maple Grove. They extend their lead to 2 again. 6-4. We got a ground ball. Who's going to come out of there with it? We got a stop. And Armstrong's going to get it.
And we got to push away from the play. So the Falcons get it back.
Second goal of the game for Carter Lightsing. The other 2 goal scorer for Maple Grove is Jack Dugan. Other goals in the game for the Crimson, Brennan Davison. And Hunter House. And now they're trying to sort this thing out. I'm not exactly sure what they're talking about, but it might be some of the physical play.
Yeah, and they're talking
behind the play.
Yeah, they're talking to the captains right now. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just chill it out, guys, a little bit, especially behind the play. Just play your game.
Yeah, and, you know, there's clearly a lot on the line. You brought it up at the top. You know, it's a big game late in the season, and a couple of teams really doing battle, but we've seen stuff behind the play that can get out of hand in a hurry.
Well, it's an emotional game, too. You know, it's like, you know, you're not exactly, you know, walking through things. You're running at about 60 miles an hour and trying to make plays. And both teams are playing rough defense. I mean, good defense. I have seen nothing dirty or anything cheap. Just it's been a tough physical game.
Here comes Armstrong in a big spot. 3 to go in the third. Let's see if they can climb to within 1. They led it 1-0, but since then Maple Grove led it 4-2 after 1 quarter of play. Led it 5-3 at the half, and now we've traded goals here in the third. 6-4 of the score. Zaire 3 in the game to lead all scores. Loses a handle, knocked away there by Maple Grove and Carlson. Good play by Carlson. Now getting to the front. Dugan, goal. Wow. Just like that, a 3-goal lead for Maple Grove. And it was all set up by the work of Jackson Carlson.
Yep. And then who'd they get it to? They got it to their major baller, the guy that really get it done, Jack Dugan. And that was a great play. He split the D on that one when the double team came, and he just rocked right through it. There's the double team right there. He got right through it. And then he held it off long enough when that swipe came from the long stick and just got a great shot in down low, high low. And just beats him into the corner. Now, that's an outstanding play. That's a Division I play right there.
Yeah, and then you got Carlson, who made the good defensive play.
Yes.
Deserves a lot of credit on that goal, but the third of the night for Jack Dugan, number 34 on the year. And it's now 7-4 Maple Grove, and now Armstrong's in a tough spot, down by 3. And they need one here before the end of the quarter. Let's see what they can do. Shapiro makes a move in, turned away by Max McNellis. And now on the outside, long shot, and the goal. How about that? Uncorking a shot from the outside, Elliot Olson. Big goal for the Falcons.
I'll tell you, Olson and Zare tonight have really stepped up for the Falcons. They've gotten some goals, and they really needed it. And that was a big goal for them, because if Maple Grove got the next one, now all of a sudden it's a 4-goal lead. And that might be a little tough with the way defenses are playing right now. But nice play here. He just got an opening as that slide started coming to him. And I think it screened off Gates a little bit so he couldn't see it as it was launched. And got it back to a 2-goal game.
They've been able to score from the perimeter. Now I got a ball down. It looks like Maple Grove's going to control, and they will. Carter Lysing had it knocked away. Dugan can't get a handle on it. Got away from him. And now Armstrong's going to get away from Dugan and reset. And they get it to the goaltender, Foreman. And Foreman's going to come out of there with it and see if he can get something organized. They're down 7-5. That was a huge goal for Armstrong. And if things go right, they could climb to within 1. And now we've got to stop, and we got to think a timeout. Yeah, they're going to get it set up. And that is a good timeout by Luke Gellerman, because this is a big spot.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's looking at Olson and a few of the guys there. So they're going to set up a play right now and do a little strategy. You know, they can get a goal right here. The minute 30 left in the third. You know, that's big. That closes it to one goal difference. And we're getting a good idea here at Gig.
Maple Grove is, let's go into that huddle in here. The Maple Grove head coach, if we can, Gig Wilson.
Keep them off the clock. Then we go win the face-off. Let's go. Let's go, guys.
Settle it down, boys. Let's go. Here we go. We're good.
We don't need any desperation checks out there. Settle the ball. Come get your 6-on-6. We'll take it back. Let's go.
Let's go, boys. Crimson on 3, 1, 2, 3, Crimson.
Deep breath. Compose.
There you go. C-O-M-P-O-S-E. Compose, compose. But, you know, and the thing is both these teams, they're so laden with seniors with experience. That doesn't need explanation. These guys get it, you know. And we'll see how they relax and play defense. Like I said, no unnecessary checks. Just keep them off it for 1:31 on that situation.
Yeah, and, you know, you can tell Gig Wilson, after they had that meeting, one of the officials with the captains to calm things down, you know, he was telling his guys as well, this is a big game. We're trying to stay unbeaten. We're at the top of the league. We've got to maintain our composure in a tight game like this. They certainly don't want penalties, and they don't want Armstrong in another man-up situation. Well, their key guy had it for a moment there. And he gives it up to Evans. And, of course, playing very well, Elliot Olson. Griner's another one. Olson kind of shrugs off a little check there and maintains it. We're coming up on a minute to go. On the move there is Evans. Evans lost the handle for a moment, but it's picked up cleanly by Elliot Olson. Gets it down low right in front. Blocked defensively.
Yeah.
Griner had an opportunity. And now we've got Armstrong hanging on to it, so they may have got a break there. They still have an opportunity with 51 to go in the quarter.
They had something away from the play. You can see where they put the ball outside there on the wing position.
This is Greiner. Further out to Evans. Evans couldn't handle it. Goes to the center of the field. He's able to scoop it before it went over that all-important center line.
Plenty of time now, but they got to be moving. There's a good switch right there.
Greiner has it as they make their move. 18 to go. Greiner gets it in. Pulls the trigger and scores. What a goal for Greiner.
We talked about it in the girls' game. Switching hands, switching hands, switching hands. Started down on the right side. Everybody's saying, oh, righty, righty, righty. He comes back to his left hand, takes 4 steps, and he lets it go. It's so important in this game to be able to switch hands. It gives you flexibility and allows you to create an opening to get a shot. And Greiner just made a beauty. You see the good bounce shot. I love that down, up-down scenario. It's so hard for a goalie, to pick those up and make a save on a bounce like that. And hey, what? We got ourselves a 1-goal game.
Greiner with the goal, his first of the game. On my count, he has an assist as well. Armstrong's outscored Maple Grove. Here comes Armstrong with seconds remaining in the quarter. And now it's going to skip away and go out of play, and that's probably going to do it. Clock stops with 3 seconds to go in the third quarter, so Maple Grove probably isn't going to have time here. They're just going to lob one down the field and fire it in on net and hope for the best, and that's going to do it. 7-6. Number 10, Maple Grove leading Armstrong after 3 quarters of play. Don't go away. A big fourth quarter coming up in a moment here on the CCX.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Welcome back to Robbinsdale Armstrong Northwest Suburban Boys Lacrosse. It's been a dandy tonight. Number 10 Maple Grove against Armstrong. Crimson unbeaten. Falcons a couple of losses, but they have battled Maple Grove. 1-goal game, Dan.
We've seen some great plays. We've seen some grit, and we've seen some dirt, and we've seen get down and let's play some men's lacrosse here. This isn't boys lacrosse tonight. These guys are going after each other. It is really fun to watch.
Yeah, it's been a good one, and Maple Grove clings to the 1-goal lead. They've been able to win tight games this year. They win the all-important face-off for the moment, but it's picked up by Armstrong. Ball down again. We got a battle, and it is controlled by Armstrong. Finally restoring order as Evans gets it back to the goaltender, and now here comes Armstrong. They get it into the offensive zone, and they're going to set it up. Here's Enderle. Enderle tries to come out of there into the center circle. Now goes off to his right. Armstrong with control right now. Find a little room. Get down behind the net. A fake pass in front. And Evans.
Boy, I think you get 2 guys going together about 10 feet apart. Maple Grove's playing such tight D. If you beat one, you got a quick 10-foot passer that they can't slide to and give you an open shot.
Evans trying to shovel it further outside, losing the handle, and then finally picking it up. Who else is there?
Zaire had a golden opportunity, should not have passed it there. He was closing in on his right hand. Should have let it go. We'd have a tie game right now if he would have let it go from that distance.
Zaire, dangerous, 3 goals in the game tonight. Had an opportunity there, and now Maple Grove up by 1, gets it back. Now they go to the goaltender Gates, and the goalie's going to come out toward the middle of the field, get it ahead. Good pass there. And now Maple Grove wants to set up. That's Tom Zieg. And now they get it further outside. Jack Dugan, 3 goals in the game. Now further out, KP Johnson, as they try and get settled in. And now carrying off to the left, Carter Lysing down behind the net. Hunter House. House is going to make a charge. Does he have an alley? No. Further outside. Gives it up to Jonathan Wells. And now right back to the middle. And Johnson. Here's Lysing. Carrying it in. Has some room. Skips it in, but a save by Foreman.
Yes.
Foreman got a stick on it. That's a big save.
Yep, big save. Big save.
Here's House. Gives it up. Dugan. Back to House. House in front. Shot blocked by Foreman. Big save by Foreman. Armstrong has the ball.
Oof.
Tries to get it ahead to Zaire. Zaire couldn't handle it, and it's picked up right again. And oh, what a shot by Dugan. Saved by Foreman. And now it's picked up by Zaire and back to the goalie Foreman. What a sequence there.
3 great saves. One on this last one on a turnover. My gosh.
And now the goalie, Foreman, gets it ahead. On the run, carrying it there is Blando. Blando gets it out on the side. Enderle. Enderle's going to settle down thing. 1-goal game. Maple Grove by 1. Armstrong with the ball. Tommy.
Okay, Falcons, don't be in a hurry here. Move it around. Try to find an opening.
Johnston to the near side. And that is Greiner. Greiner being hounded along the near sideline, comes further out. Armstrong hasn't been near the net right now. Here's Evans. Evans gets to the left, goes down. Now right out in the middle on a charge. Johnston's turned away. Off to the right side and back behind the net. Here's Greiner. Greiner trying to use his speed to get it into the middle. Has to go further out. Enderle. They get it right in front, and it skips over the net. Great play. And I'm not sure if Gates got a stick on it.
I think he may have. He was all over it. But, boy, what a nice play for the Falcons. That's the first time tonight, Steve, they've got it right in the guts.
Hayden Marsh seeing some action for Armstrong in a big spot. Coming up on 8 to go in the game. Here's Johnston. Now it's Greiner, rips a shot, and that goes wide right. Austin Greiner pulled the trigger, but it went wide right. Armstrong ball. 1-goal game. Trying to find the middle is Evans. Evans goes further outside. Here's Greiner. Right in front, and losing it is Blando, and it's picked up by Maple Grove. Blando had it for a moment, but couldn't get a shot off.
Great D by Maple Grove.
KP Johnson carries it down into the corner and is going to set up. Senior midfielder coming in, 10 goals, 6 assists, has a couple assists early in the game to get the Crimson rolling. He still has it, trying to get set up. He looks for the cutter. What a play, and too far. But it's picked up by Maple Grove. Trying to cut toward the net was Redmond. Savanich restores order. And now it's Johnson losing the handle. He got bumped off the play. Good defense by Armstrong. Down by 1. Here they come the other way and getting run out of bounds. On a nice check there along the near sideline is Savanich. Savanich just kind of closed the door.
Yeah, he just squeezed him off after a great play by the D. Armstrong showing you the ideal of a long stick getting on the hands of a shooter.
Here's House. House being watched by Schreiner. House still has it. Jack Dugan's back there. He's got 3 goals in the game. House trying to find room, switches hands, goes behind the net, trying to get Dugan free. House still maintains the ball. Now gives it up to Dugan. Let's see what he does. He gives it up immediately way outside. Maple Grove up by 1. Coming up on 6 to go in the 4th. Trying to charge in from the right side. Maple Grove way back to the outside. Here's Wells. Wells turned away. Down to the middle in Redmond. Off to the right. Making a move in. Being turned away. Boy, defensively, it's just really been a battle.
They just aren't giving an inch. I mean, you got no room to open up even when you cut through. You got a defender right with you the whole time. Beautifully played defensively by both teams.
Here's Dugan. Dugan behind the net, trying to bag his way in. Can't do it. Gives it up outside. Carter Lysing. Now he's going to trot down. 5:30 to go in the game. Maple Grove up by 1. They're in no hurry whatsoever. They want a good look. Carter Lysing tries to get to the front. Loses the stick and the ball, and it's coming the other way for Armstrong. They lose the ball. Ball down. Big collision on the far sideline as an Armstrong Falcon was power drive to the ground by Savanich.
That will be a push from behind with possession. That will put Armstrong up a man. Look at that hit right there. Beautifully done.
Cole Christensen. And then Christensen was on the receiving end on the far sideline as he got bulldogged down.
And he'll be taking a knee on the side of on the sideline here.
All right, so an opportunity for Armstrong. They're a man up. Matt Savanich on the sideline. 5:14 to go in the game. 7-6, no goals here in the 4th. And here comes Armstrong with a chance to tie. We haven't been tied since 9:09 of quarter number 1, actually 8:08. A minute later, Maple Grove took the lead. And that ball goes out. It'll be Armstrong ball with 4:56 to go.
Yeah, you can be too pretty, too. I like the way Armstrong, they get a little bit of an opening. They'll take the shot. I kind of like that.
Reiner gets it down low, has it skip away. It goes to the end line and out of play. Maple Grove ball. Back there defensively, Tom Zieg. And that's a big play for Maple Grove. Down a man to get it back. Now Armstrong trying to turn up the heat. And here come the Crimson. And they lose the ball near midfield. Trying to get it back for Maple Grove. Carter Morissette. And it's picked up by Armstrong, so a turnover there. And the Falcons are in business. Down by 1, they need a goal to tie. Eric Evans gets it out on top. Looking at a long shot there is Blando. That skips in on the goaltender Gates, and Gates makes a save.
He saw it all the way, kind of had an idea once 16 got it, he was going to shoot it. So he stayed on it, got small, and made himself wide at the bottom.
KP Johnson to Wells. Down behind the net. This is Davison. Davison goes further outside to Dugan. And then Dugan comes to the middle of the field, and Carter Lysing. Here's Wells. And Wells is going to trot down into the near corner with 3:45 to go. And at some point in time, Armstrong's really going to have to put some heat on the ball, and that'll open up room for Maple Grove. And we got to stop.
Moving pick. Moving pick by Maple Grove. That's a turnover. Yeah, we're getting down to about 3.5 now. I would imagine sometime around minute 30, you're going to start seeing double teams coming from the Falcons on the ball to jog it loose so they get possession.
Here's Piazza. Piazza being hounded on the side by Carter Lysing. Gets it back. Lysing all over him with the stick check. He loses it again, and then it's picked up by Zaire. And we have a stop and a timeout. 3:13 to go in this one. Armstrong's going to have the ball out of the timeout. And you can pretty clearly see what Maple Grove wants to do right here. And we're going to go inside that Maple Grove huddle and see what we can pick up. But they are all over the ball right now. And why not? They do not want to give Armstrong a good scoring opportunity, even though their goaltender, Gates, has been good. Let's go in that huddle.
Okay, 2 seconds on the count. I don't know if they're going to restart it, but let's just go man-to-man. Let's go Crimson. Hey, let's go strong. We got 3 minutes. Let's finish. No goals. Bring it up.
Let's go, boys. Come on now.
Bring it up. Bring it up. Big D on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, they got 10 seconds.
Let's go.
All right, so we're in the huddle with the D there, Dan, and it's what we talked about before we went in the huddle. I mean, they're going to be all over the ball and play man-to-man. They're not going to let anybody get free.
No, and that's what they've been doing. It's been very effective for them, too. I mean, they've really taken the Falcons off their game, but I'll tell you what, that was the most important. I mean, if we had to be in a huddle, let's be in the defensive huddle there for Maple Grove. Now, Armstrong, they got 3-13. Don't rush. Remember, all you want to do is tie the game right now. You don't have to fight to get a lead. Just get this thing into overtime to give you an opportunity where one goal decides it. They've been in this game. They've created some opportunities, but start testing the limits here and have an idea who's going to be the shooter. I'm going to bet right now Mr. Olson, number 9, is going to be the man here for them.
All right, here we go. Armstrong with the ball. Elliot Olson trying to get into the middle. Has a head of steam. Can't pull the trigger. Comes out. Campion. And Evans. Now it comes out to the center of the field. And it's picked up there by Elliot Olson. Olson trying to get free. He's getting hounded. Now they get it to the middle. Trying to drive inside. Long shot, skips in on goal, and I think Gates got a piece of it.
He did. He took it right off the end and threw it right over the top of the net and out of bounds. But nice save by Gates there.
Carter Lucas pulled the trigger. Let's see what they do. See if they can get someone free. They get it to the outside, and Elliot Olson. Now back to the middle, and Carter Lucas. Lucas goes way over to the far side, 2:20 to go. Still plenty of time. They're down by a goal, 7-6. Here's Armstrong. Lucas gives it up on the side. Long shot from the outside, in on Gates, and he knocked it down. Ball is down on the field, picked up by Maple Grove for a moment, and a guy who's played great defensively, Max McNellis, the big guy. Boy,
he's really stepped up, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been so physical in spots.
Yeah.
And he made his presence known early.
Yeah.
Here comes Maple Grove up by 1. Can they get a goal to extend it to 2 late? They get it down behind the net. And we got another timeout. And we'll probably go inside that huddle one more time for Maple Grove to find out what they want to do offensively here. I think we're going to maybe go into that defensive huddle one more time. Maple Grove leading 7-6, but that was really a good defensive series.
Yes, as it really was. They stayed patient. They really didn't give them anything.
I want a quick slide on the short stick midi, and the backside help's got to converge. All they're doing is feeding the crease. Okay? They're pulling you off on the slide. They're feeding the crease. Backside help's got to pinch. Watch the skip passes. All they have. Shot up top, skip pass, dump to the crease. Let's go. Let's go. Strong. Yeah. We got 2 minutes. We're up by 1. We're about to be up by 2. Let's go. Here we go, boys. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, boys.
All right, so there it is. Once again, the split huddle, and the other huddle is the head coach, Gig Wilson, because he knows how big a goal would be right here.
Yeah.
That'd probably be it.
But I'll guarantee he's telling them just relax, don't force it, move it around. If he gets right down it, we don't need a goal. We need to possess the ball for 1 minute and 47 seconds and don't give them the ball. So just, again, be composed. Use your heads, be focused. Don't worry about getting a goal. Worry about possessing the ball. If you get an opening, take it. But I don't think they'll really be forcing anything. Let's see what kind of... Now, the thing we want to watch now, Armstrong's got to start bringing a double team on the ball carrier. They've really got to start taking some chances. It's going to leave somebody open, but they really got to start pressuring the ball.
Here's Dugan. Let's see what he does. Jag Dugan, 3 goals in the game, leads the conference. He spins, and he's going to be a handful down behind the net.
Here comes the double team.
Let's see what Dugan's able to do and beat that double team. He shows his speed. Is he going to get in front? No, he can't. He still spins away, goes behind, and gives it up. And that killed some time.
Yes,
and they had a double team all over Dugan. They couldn't get near him. And now they're going to come back and double team behind the net. Dugan gets it back. Can he get free in front? He slipped. He fell. Dugan spins out of it. Can he get to the front? No, he gives it up. Skips across the field and goes out of play. Armstrong's going to get a chance.
Yep, double team work that time. Dugan held on to it a little bit too long. Couldn't find the open guy. And the Falcons are back in business.
Here comes Armstrong with an opportunity. Under a minute to go in the game. They don't have a lot of time, but they certainly have time to get set up. Let's see what they do. Ball on the far side. Zare can't get free. Zare has 3 goals and it goes out of play. Maple Grove ball. Boy, that was a big turnover there.
Boy, that defense is just vicious. The Falcons came in after the one guy brought it in. They just left no room for him to pass off. Everybody was covered.
KP Johnson turns it over. Here's a chance for Armstrong with 36 to go in the game. Shapiro gets it into the middle. Further ahead, wide open in front of the net. And ripping a shot wide was Enderle. Oh! He was right in front of Gates and missed the net. What a shame for Enderle.
He's going to see that in his sleep. Look at how open he is.
Oh!
Oh, should have gone high, low, and bounced it.
Ball to the near sideline. Armstrong picks it up. Here come the Falcons. Griner with it. Tried to get it. Shapiro goes in on the net, and Gates to the center of the field. Clears it out. Here's House. House with 10. House gives it up. Goes a little too far, but that is going to do it. Armstrong's not going to have an opportunity to score a goal. That is going to do it. Maple Grove, ranked number 10 and unbeaten, hangs on to win a thriller 7-6.
Boy, it played out just the way the Falcons wanted it. They just could not cash in on that tying goal. Just tremendous defense by the Maple Grove Crimson, giving them no room to breathe here in this fourth quarter. Just a great job. My gosh. Great lacrosse game. Both teams should walk out of this field with their heads held high. It was really a good game.
No goals in quarter number 4, but Maple Grove moves to 10-0 overall and 9-0 in the conference. And they solidify their spot with 3 to go. They beat Armstrong tonight, 7-6. We'll take a quick break. We'll have some post-game interviews in a moment. Maple Grove beats Robbinsdale Armstrong tonight. We're first joined by winning goaltender Frank Gates. Frank, some big saves late in the game. This was a tough one.
Yes, sir. It's always a tough one against Armstrong, especially on their own field. They always come and give us a good game, regardless of the terms, so it's always a fun one.
Late in the game, visibility was a lot better. Early, it had to be a challenge with the sun.
Yeah, the sun was out pretty bright. I don't usually like to make that a factor, but it was a little bit of a factor tonight, and towards the end with the sun going down, it helped out a ton.
Big win, unbeaten, 10-0. How does it feel?
Feels good. I mean, we still got a few games left. Still an uphill battle for us the rest of the season, going into sections, finishing off the regular season, so we're not done yet.
Leading scorer in the game, Jack Dugan, leading scorer on the season for Maple Grove. I suppose knowing in you're going to be a marked man.
Yeah, definitely. They were doubling early, they were sliding early, so I was definitely a marked man, as you said, and it was more difficult for me to play that way, so we still got the W, though.
You get a big goal early in the game. You were able to put a check on a guy, get the ball back, and go in and get a huge goal in that spot. Is that your game? Are you aggressive defensively like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty small, as you can see, so it wasn't. Obviously, I tried to make it my game, but I think they had a confusion down here on the end line, and they had the wrong guy pick the ball up, so I took advantage of that and scored. So.
Jack Dugan, leading scorer for the Maple Grove Crimson, 3 tonight. Maple Grove beats Armstrong 7-6. Great game tonight on CCX.